Welcome to this video of applications of linear equations where we'll look at consecutive number problems. So let's understand this word consecutive. So consecutive means in mathematics next to each other, right? So consecutive means next to each other, right? So let's take a look at some numbers, right? I'm just going to write down some numbers starting say at 3. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. And then we put some down here, 12, 13, 14, 15, and so on, and so on. Now these are consecutive numbers that I've written, consecutive integers. If I start at 3, I add 1, and I get 4. Add 1, and I get 5. So you can sort of see that pattern. It's pretty obvious to all of us. So somewhere in here, some random location, we can say 35. Well, that's pretty easy to get the next one. 36. Well, what if I go a little further out here and just say x? Well, then the next one must be x plus 1, because otherwise how am I going to get it, right? I take this x, I add 1 to it, and I get x plus 1. Okay, all right. So two numbers are consecutive if you just simply add 1 to the first and get the second. Now, let's talk about consecutive even numbers. So consecutive even numbers. Okay, so even numbers, of course, are like 4 and 6 and 8 and so on. So over here, we have 12, that's an even number, and the next even number is 14, so 12 and 14 are considered consecutive. And if I were to sneak in a 16 there, then 14 and 16 are considered consecutive. So what do I have to do to go from 12 to 14? If I know 12, I would add 2 to get to 14. If I know 14, I would add 2 to get to 16. And likewise, if I'm at random location x, and let's say this is even, then I would add 2 to get to the next one. Essentially, you're jumping over this middle number and you get to x plus 2. This is also true for odd numbers, okay? And you can see that as well. So for example, 3 is an odd number. You would add 2 to get to 5. And then you would add 2 to 5 to get to 7. And likewise, 13 to 15, add 2, and so on. And if you had some random location x and x for odd, then you would add 2 to get to x plus 2. So if the starting location is odd, adding 2 gets you to the next odd number. If the starting location is even, adding 2 gets you to the next even number. All right, so let's take a look at the simple problem here first. So it says the sum of two facing page numbers in textbook is 1125. So you have a textbook here. I'm going to try and draw a textbook. Never a good idea because I'm no drawing person. So artist, right? That's what they're called. Anyways, so here is the first page number and here is the second page number. Now we know that page numbers are consecutive unless the author was really trying to confuse us. They're consecutive, meaning if this number is x, then this one has to be x plus 1. So we can start with our let statements. So of course the question is determine the page numbers. So we can start with our let statements and say let x be the first page number. Then x plus 1 would be the second page number. It says the sum. So find x plus x plus 1 would equal 1125. So let's go ahead and simplify this side. That would be 2x plus 1 would be 1125. So subtract 1 from both sides. 2x is equal to 1124. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. X is equal to, let's see, 562 if I did the math right. So let's report our answers. First page number is 562. Second page number then would be 563. Let's take a look at another problem. This time we're looking at two consecutive odd integers. So we know these are going to be 2 apart. 5 times the smaller plus 4 times the larger is 89. Determine the numbers. Okay, so I'm going to let x be the first odd number. Then the second odd number, x plus 2, is the second odd number. Now, what is it telling me? Fine, no, 5. 5 times the smaller. Well, the first odd number is the one that's smaller. And the second one is the one that's larger because you're adding 2 to it. So 5 times the smaller, that would be x, plus 4 times the larger, that would be x plus 2, is 89. So now it's an equation. Let's simplify the left side. 5x, distribute here, 4x plus 8 is 89. That would be 9x plus 8 is equal to 89. So minus an 8, we get 9x is equal to 81. Divide by 9, and you get x equals to 9. So first odd number is 9. Second odd number is 11. Add 2 to 9. There are two consecutive odd numbers. That's it for this video.